some very clean spots all over the place. We see everybody gearing up on what they should do to assist in that effort to clean up the city and the country. So we're very much on course, and I'm convinced that we will deliver.
So you just heard Joseph Kofi Adda. He was then the Minister for Water Resources and Sanitation, telling us that we'll see a remarkable change in how sanitation is managed in this city, Accra. Have you seen that change? Let me know on 0244340437. We'll be bringing you a longer version of that soundbite, and we'll be looking at the things that we said we will do, and we'll be asking ourselves if that has been done at all. Now, do you remember this? So those were residents of Medina Denta. You heard their gunshots being fired at the time that they were having their massive demonstration, and they blocked the road because they were demanding for footbridges. Now, this was after a young SHS1 student had died whilst crossing the streets from school. Should we wait for young people to die before we demand for the right thing to be done? This morning, there are two groups of people who have taken the bull by the horns. The first are the residents of Ashale-Botwe here in Accra. They have started an online campaign to demand the immediate fixing of the roads in Ashale-Botwe. Fix Botwe roads now. Also in Takwa, residents of the town have blocked the road, demanding an improvement in the quality of their road transport. Are you satisfied with the level of road transport in this country, with the quality of roads that we drive on? Let us know. 0244340437. Speaking of quality of road transport, isn't it very frustrating when you see that a road has been constructed and a few months or years after, you see that it's deteriorating again? That's why our focus today on Corruption Watch is to ask ourselves, if a contractor does work and we realize that he has done shoddy work, as the Deputy Roads Minister and the Roads Minister have been mentioning on numerous occasions, what must be done to them? Have we been doing that to them? That's today's Corruption Watch. You want to stay with us on the Super Morning Show. Now, Total Petroleum Ghana offers you 2 engine oils in the quartz range for superior performance of your car. Total Quartz in your MC3 5W30, Total Quartz in your Long Life 5W30. These engine oils are specially formulated for the latest generation engine to clean and provide wear protection, also deliver superior performance, extend your oil change interval, and limit harmful exhaust emissions into the environment. Take care of your car. Provide only the best for a longer engine lifespan. Total Quartz engine oil. Keep your engine younger for longer. Now, Furniture City Ghana, home of quality furniture, would love to celebrate this Easter with you in grand style. Visit Furniture City, Ghana's #1 furniture company and the largest in Ghana. Enjoy an amazing 20% discount and even more on all our home furniture and decor. Check out our new office furniture showroom, furnished with ultra-modern office furniture for your selection. For quality furniture, think no further. Furniture City has the best. Locate us on the Spintex Road, a minute's drive from Flower Pot Roundabout, and you can also call them on 0244-213333 or 0540-314948. For anything furniture, look no further. Furniture City has got it all. Furniture City, home of quality furniture. A big stories, of course, is brought to you by Vodafone. The future is exciting. Ready Guarantee Trust Bank. Wouldn't you rather bank with us? And Nationwide Medical Health Insurance, the best health insurance company of the year at the 2018 Ghana Insurance Awards, and its CEO awarded Woman of Excellence as the Ghana Insurance Awards. It's also brought to you by Latex Foam, your partner for life. Now, with GT Bank's mobile banking platform 737, you can now open accounts in less than a minute on your mobile phone without having to visit the banking hall. Unbelievable, right? It's simple. Just dial *737 *1# on your phone and follow the prompts. Enter your preferred 4-digit PIN and a new GT Bank account number is generated for you instantly. This takes less than a minute. You can also link your instant accounts to your mobile money wallet for easy transfers by dialing *737# and choosing the last option. You can also get an instant Visa or MasterCard at GT Bank today. Very simple and convenient. Just dial *737 *1# to get started. For further assistance, please call 0302 923 914 or toll free 0800 124000. Bank *737#. Simple banking for every Ghanaian. Guarantee Trust Bank. Wouldn't you rather bank with us? Now, the world's largest 4G network is now in Ghana. Vodafone Gigabit Network is here. Can you keep up with the sheer speed? This is the real 4G experience. Music, pictures, and large documents downloaded in seconds. Lessons from your favorite online masterclass streamed right into your bedroom. Video calls with friends anywhere in the world. The possibilities are endless. The speed is blazing. With Vodafone Gigabit Net, it's not loading, it's loaded. It's not downloading, it's downloaded. It's not sending, it's sent. It's not buffering, it's streaming. Hold on tight for the ride of your life. Switch to the fast lane on Vodafone and experience the real 4G on Ghana's only gigabit network. Get 100% bonus on any daily, weekly, or monthly bundle purchase via *700#. The future is exciting. Ready? Now, are you looking for a 1, 2, or 3-seater and L-shaped sofa crafted to the finest details and available in various colors for your home, office, or hotels? Are you looking for comfortability, durability, quality, and perfect finishing? Look no further. Latex Foam is your one-stop shop destination, whatever your choice and budget. Latex Foam is your partner for life. Now, social media messages on the Super Morning Show are brought to you by EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank, and Telisol 4G Just a Touch. The EcoBank Express Points provides a unique type of agency banking that allows you to access basic banking services at selected shops across the country and enjoy EcoBank services after banking hours, including weekends and holidays. Locate an EcoBank Express Points nearest to you at selected Shell shops, pharmacies, grocery shops, ECG vendor points, and mobile money merchant shops, and enjoy the following services. You can open an instant EcoBank Express account, deposit and withdraw cash from your Express account, current account, and savings account, redeem e-tokens, receive international remittances from Rapid Transfer, Western Union, Ria, Vigo, and UnityLink from selected Express points. To locate an EcoBank Express point, simply look out for the following: the name and logo of the EcoBank Express point, an 8-digit agent's code clearly displayed, and agency accreditation certificate from EcoBank. EcoBank is your CIMG marketing-oriented company of the year. EcoBank is your CIMG Hall of Fame bank, and EcoBank is the Pan-African Bank. We're going to hear Joseph Kofi Adda speaking to Raymond in 2017 very soon, but listen to this first. You're hearing residents from Tarkwa who have blocked the road, saying that if our roads are not fixed, we won't allow anyone to drive past. Remember, last year we had a similar situation where the road, the Medina Denta Highway, was blocked because of the lack of footbridges, which caused the deaths of so many. That immediate cause was the death of an SHS1 student who was crossing the road coming home from school. Very, very heartbreaking situation there. They are not the only ones protesting on the state of their roads. I'm talking about the people of Tarkwa. There's also those in Ashali-Botwe who have also started an online campaign, #FixBotwe Roads Now. So this morning we'll be taking a stop at Tarkwa. We'll also be talking to the people at Ashali-Botwe. We're going to take a few messages though, and when we come back, this is what you'll be expecting.
In June, we see a remarkable difference in the way sanitation is handled in this country. We see some very clean spots all over the place. We see everybody gearing up on what they should do to assist in that effort to clean up the city and the country. So we're very much on course, and I'm convinced that we will deliver.
Then Minister for Water Resources and Sanitation, Joseph Kofi Adda, telling us that by June 2017, we will be seeing a remarkable difference in the sanitation situation in Ghana. Have we seen that remarkable difference? Well, it's a question for all of us. We'll be back to answer it.
I need a bank account for my sister to transfer money into for my mother's necklace, and you are saying let's talk?
Oh, sweetheart.
Hello, Daddy. This is Kwame.
Kwame, is everything all right? it's your son Kwame. Let me put him on loudspeaker.
Oh, Daddy, everything's okay. I'm just calling to remind you of my school fees. It seems you've forgotten.
You know what? I will let Aloche bring it to you at the school on Monday.
But Daddy, please send it through my GT bank account.
Hey, Kwame, where did you get the money to open a bank account?
Oh, Mommy, I don't have a PESWA, but with GT Bank, all I have to do is dial *737*1#. I answer a few questions, and my account number is ready. I own a bank account even without one CD. Daddy, this one here is special.
Do you mean if I dial *737*1# on my phone, I'll be able to open an account with GT Bank?
Yes, Daddy.
Hey, this is special.
Hey, Daddy, please tell Mommy to also open an account with GT Bank.
Kwame, I've already opened the account. We will talk later, okay? Bye.
Pick your phone and dial *737*1#, and you are through. You don't need any money. Call us on toll-free 0800-124-000. Guaranteed Trust Bank. Wouldn't you rather bank with us?
This is what you've been waiting for. The internet experience you've been dreaming about. Welcome to Vodafone's Gigabit Net. Music, pictures, and large documents downloaded in seconds. Lessons from your favorite online masterclass streamed right into your bedroom. With Vodafone's Gigabit Net, it's not downloading, it's downloaded. It's not sending, it's sent. It's not buffering, it's streaming. Switch to Vodafone and get the real 4G experience on Ghana's only Gigabit network. Get 100% bonus for every daily, weekly, or monthly bundle purchase via *700#.
The future is exciting. Ready?
Comfort, durability, finishing, quality. Choosing sofas and beds for your home, office, or hotel couldn't be easier with an exclusive range of sofas and beds in various designs and colors from Latex Foam. There is so much choice, whatever your budget. Latex Foam, your partner for life.
Move on up, 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 up.
Moving on up is paying from your phone and getting looks of approval from your friends. Moving on up is doing all your banking from your bathroom like a boss. Moving on up is losing your wallet, but your money is still safe. Moving on up is attaching any bank's card to the EcoBank mobile app. Oh yeah, download the EcoBank mobile app. Make we go and bank like a boss.
Move on up with EcoBank, the Pan-African bank.
Click, send, download, server down, upload, buzz, buffer, Wi-Fi down, print, ping, call, connection lost, video call, vibrate, transfer, call, share, receive. That's the sound of the pace of business today. Airtel Tigo Business provides you with a full suite of flexible mobile plans, value-added services, and reliable fixed services for the startups, SMEs, and corporate businesses, so you can adapt, develop, expand, and progress. Contact us today at business@airteltigo.com.gh so we can help your business evolve. Airtel Tigo Business, making business simple.
Super Morning Show.
And those are sounds of a demonstration happening now in Tarkwa in the Western region. Residents of the area have blocked the road. They say no one will drive past if our roads are not fixed. On the ground with us is Natalia Kwanzaa. She's a correspondent in the Western region, and she brings us this report. Ina is on the phone with us. Good morning.
Good morning, Daniel.
So what's happening now?
Yes, so Daniel, for now, the residents are parading through the principal streets of Tarkwa. Early this morning, around 5:30 a.m., they set bonfire at the entrance from Takoradi to Tarkwa, and then from when you are coming from the western north region into Tarkwa, so let's say the entrance from Bogo, so they wouldn't allow anyone pass, they wouldn't allow any vehicle pass. So everything in Tarkwa from 5:30 a.m. up to now is at a standstill. There is no activity, just the demonstrators demonstrating. I mean, Daniel, you know Tarkwa very well. A road a journey that is supposed to take less than an hour and a half now takes 3 hours, and it's frustrating. Coupled with this, there is dust all over, and these people have been demonstrating. This should be the second time in 7 months where residents are demonstrating. The first one, the Nananum of the Apinto traditional area, where those who organize the demonstration, you see traditional leaders on the ground demonstrating, just telling governments how displeased they are with the whole situation.
So you were saying that no one has been allowed to cross into the town. Have we had any drivers come there this morning attempting to go in?
Yes, so Daniel, when you get to Africa, so where the road is very bad, that is where they block. So if you are a driver and you didn't know that this is what is going to happen, when you get there, you get stuck. So those who manage to come are now stuck. They can't move in and out. That is the situation. So they set the bonfire right at Africa, so, and then one at the when entering from Bogor, so entering into Tarkwa. So if you, for some drivers, they were aware that there is going to be a demonstration. Others and people who are like just coming in to do business or something, who are not aware, are frustrated. I've been speaking to some of them. They tell me how worried they are. But for the drivers, they think what they are doing is in the right direction because every week they would have to visit the mechanic due to one fault or the other because of the poor nature of that road.
Okay. So, you were telling me that there was an earlier demonstration on this same subject. What are some of the events that have led to this? What has pushed the people to this point where they feel they have to block the road and stop everyone from coming through?
Yes, Daniel, if you would recall, the first demonstration, for instance, it was 2 weeks after there was this accident where about 8 students lost their life on that road. Constantly, there has been accidents. And that same demonstration, they blocked the road. If I would recall, I think the energy minister and his deputy were in the region at that moment when they were touring Tarkwa. They went to Anglo Gold Ashanti. So just when they got there, the road was blocked. They set bonfires and other stuff. So when they visit the medical directors in that municipality, they will tell you that most of the disease or illness that has been brought to the hospital is connected to respiratory issues. So these are some of the issues. And then with the long traffic they would have to be in. And then when you look at Tarkwa, it's a mining community. We have most of the mining communities in there. So the residents there just don't understand that if indeed this is a place where government is taking resources out, businesses are going on, and then you have this kind of road, and it's better if they had their boat stuck in there and then they had their road bad rather than exploiting or exploring all these resources and they do not get the benefits they want. Their message is just one. They just need that road fixed.
So for the drivers who have been parked there waiting for this blockade to be removed, what are they telling you? I mean, what are they going to do now?
Well, Daniel, for now, they can't do anything because this is a collective effort. When you come, it's like almost the people of Tarkwa and Israel, backed by traditional authority. They are doing this. So they have to wait for the demonstration to be over before they can, move. Because the residents are not ready to move these bonfires. They are not ready to let any vehicle move. They think they have demonstrated. And for the first demonstration, that is not the first one. Before I even covered the first demonstration, there have been series of demonstrations. So they feel that they wouldn't allow anyone. So vehicles would have to wait for this demonstration and protest to be over.
Unfortunately, we would have to halt this interview for now. I apologize for the interference in the sound. That was in Natalia Kwanta, who was giving us a report there from Tarkwa. It's 8 minutes past 8 here on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. We will re-establish contact with Ina. We'll also be joined soon by Leroy Ankra, who is a member of the Fix Boche Roads Now group. He will be joining us shortly on the phone lines as soon as we rectify this challenge that we had. Now, I have with me in studio, of course, Raymond and in Nimwa. Raymond, when citizens feel like they're pushed to the point of blocking a road, and the idea this morning really is to juxtapose what is happening in Tarkwa with what is happening in Ashali-Botwe, where in Ashali-Botwe we have people who have started an online campaign. They haven't gotten to the point of a demonstration yet, and they are making specific demands of governments. But all too familiar, isn't it, Raymond?
Yes, certainly. And I can go through the list of similar protests that's been happening last year alone, and you can read them from many of the incidents. And first and foremost, you watch how... Yes, we know of the popular Adenta one. Nyanyano residents 6 days ago actually embarked on a similar demonstration over deplorable roads, and their main complaint was that the many things they've been told about these roads being fixed in their areas is there. The same things to do with drivers complain about having to go to the mechanic consistently when they don't have extra money to deal with that. You do recall that September 5th, 2018, Kwabenya residents also demonstrated over bad roads. In fact, they protested and people were on the streets doing the same thing. The Tarkwa incident, a similar one happened on September 26th, 2018, last year in September. Indeed, they said that they are run out of patience and that the roads are getting worse by the day. Indeed, the municipality then intervened and said the government was going to fix the problem. Now, fast forward to that year's budget, and to be fair, this year, government has programmed to fix the Tarkwa roads. So Tarkwa to Tarkwa Suaim, Tarkwa within Tarkwa, and also what they call it, the municipal roads. They actually plan to do so. It's in the budget. It's on a section, that's paragraph 766, specifically making reference to what is going to be done in that area.
You know what,
which other
Raymond,
places they are going to get them.
Raymond, let's do a rudimentary fact check, because we have seen that in the work program for the ministry. Ina Thalia has rejoined us on the phone lines. Let me find out. Ina, we understand that the Tarkwa roads are programmed to be fixed this year. Have we seen any work at all being done in any part of Tarkwa on their roads?
Yes, Daniel, some drainage have been constructed, but as to the main road, it has not been constructed. I think during the last demonstration, 2 weeks after, the Roads and Highway Minister was in the metropolis, was in the municipality, and then he came to have a gathering with the residents, assuring them that they have now released funds for the contractor, Asabia Construction, to construct the road. But after about a month when the minister left, he also left. As to why he didn't come back, I'm yet to find out, because this morning some residents who saw him try to manhandle him, and he looked very furious. But I'm yet to get him on one-on-one and ask him what really the situation is.
Okay, so what you're telling us is that the roads minister assured them that these funds have been released.
Yes, and then the contractor was supposed to start work immediately.
Okay. And we have been speaking to the contractor. Of course, you said that you haven't gotten him this morning, but the contractor has not gone on site, as you said.
Yes.
Okay. Ina, thank you very much. And beyond the roads minister coming there, have we heard from any municipal authorities, anyone else speak to this issue?
Yes, so the MC Gilbert Asma has been telling me that he's doing everything possible to get the road fixed. They are in talk with the mining officers over there that they should, get some funds so that they can construct it. And then a couple of times, Joy News, you've spoken to you've spoken to the minister for the MP for the area, who was also saying it has become a headache for him. He's doing all this possible to get the road constructed. So, Daniel, for now, we would wait to hear from Nananum again this morning, because they have also joined in the demonstration. We would want to hear from them what they would say again, and if they would give timelines again this time. Right.
Thank you very much, Nathalia Kwanzaa, for bringing us that update. We've finally been able to wrap up that conversation with Ina. It's 30 minutes past 8 here on the Super Morning Show. What we are doing this morning, starting off the show with, is looking at the road construction policies that we have in the country and sort of taking a holistic look at our approach towards road construction. Because you see, the Tarkwa situation is really symptomatic of what happens across the country, Raymond. We have roads that have been programmed to be constructed. We've had the roads minister give us an assurance that
money has been released.
Money has been released.
And yet we don't see action on the ground.
Exactly. There is a gap in there. We'll speak to the officials of Asabia Construction. They're actually just down the road from us here. They're in Kokom, namely. And we'll be trying to get an understanding from them as to why those roads have not been fixed. But Raymond, what were you were telling us about how these roads have been programmed for and about how these funds were made available.
Yes, and this is specifically in the budget for 2019. You know, mostly in our budgets, we look at what happened within the year under review in the first place and say that this is the performance of the sector within the year and proceed to tell the other projects for the year. Now, the performance did not make any reference to this particular road in any way, but you remember that those two demonstrations in September 2018 might have compelled government to prioritize that. Indeed, government was not only going to deal with the municipal roads, government also planned to deal with roads that connect Tarkwa and Bogoso and also the other roads that are linked in the areas. Indeed, government stated categorically that the Tarkwa Bogoso Iron Free Road, which is 94.4 kilometers, will also see some rehabilitation. And the section particularly of reference in this case is the Tarkwa specific Bogos, which is 30 kilometers in this case. And these are the only two major roads that are listed in the priority programs for construction. The other one is also the construction of the 2-lane underpass to link Spintex and East Legon. You get it?
Yes.
So, two main major ones, before we talk about the general ones that we may deal with, is the rehabilitation of that Tarkwa community, Tarkwa Bogoso Iron Free Road. That's the first one. And the second one in this case is the construction of 2-lane underpass to link Spintex and East Legon. So you see how relevant.
Yeah, but the Spintex East Legon underpass has been done.
Very good.
So what has happened to this one?
Very good. So that's what perhaps the people might be complaining about, because, and from all indications, there's enough evidence to suggest that it's not as if it's not known to the people who are supposed to fix it. It's also known to, and there's been promises in that direction. Maybe, and something we should also take note of. The finances for the year, especially when it comes to road construction, was largely going to be based on Sino-Hydro. You recall that, right? When first the minister made reference to that.
Were we not specific with the roads that will be funded from the Sino-Hydro facility?
Very much so. It was also stated categorically here. And they make reference to projects that they have to continue and the ones that have to start again. You cannot take out the fact that if the funds are ready and the people are not going to the field, there'll be a problem somewhere.
Because we have the roads minister. We have been told that the roads minister assured the people that these funds have been released. Anyway, let's go to another part of the country where we have a road situation, which is here in Ashale-Botwe, very close to us here in Accra. And Leroy Ankra has joined us on the line. He's a member of the Fix Botwe Roads Now group. Leroy, good morning. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning, Daniel.
So tell us, what's the situation? Oh, thanks for joining us. Now, what's the situation that you currently face at Ashale-Botwe?
Oh, the situation is horrible. We are fed up. I mean, just yesterday I was using the road from the road towards School Junction from Ashale-Botwe. I was actually driving on the shoulder of the road because the potholes are so bad that you can't stay on the main road. And there was a taxi coming from the other direction. And the guy was shouting at me to give way. You know, can you imagine a road that's so bad that you have to drive off the road and the oncoming traffic is also driving on the same speed? It's in a very bad shape.
Wow. I can imagine when you have to access healthcare services and you have to, there's a time of an emergency where you have to drive on this road. How do you even manage?
I mean, when you said you were going to give us a call this morning, I've been praying all this while that you don't call me while I'm still on the road, because we won't be able to have a conversation. I'll be shaking all over the place. I mean, the potholes, you can't imagine it. I hope you guys have the chance to come over with your cameras, get a sense of what we are talking about.
Definitely. But you have chosen to start an online campaign. Why didn't we go directly to the officialdom and speak to them?
Well, I should make the point that we have individually and as smaller groups, we've tried to reach out to the MP, various authorities. And we've got mixed feedback from them. On the one hand, it seems like they are not even ready to do anything. You know, some people have written to them and have been ignored. Some people have heard from them saying it's in the pipeline. We want this to come out of the pipeline and actually come into reality, because we've endured this for a very long time. And, you know, just to give you a sense of the kind of situation here, we are in community with at least 130,000 people, you know, on the Adensan municipal area. If you were to trace a line starting from the East Legon boundary road, you know, that road by the East Legon police station that takes you down toward American House.
Yes. You
follow that road all the way toward Medina, social welfare, and so on. Everything on the right side of that road is basically within the Adensan municipality. So we are talking about places like Ajingano, we are talking about Lakeside Estates, Trasacco Valley, Adensa Smith Flat, East Legon Hills, all these communities. You know, these are very suburban, middle-class areas. And if you imagine that kind of population, we have only about 4 outlets to get into town. It's either you're going through the N4 highway, that's through Medina, Legon, or you're going through East Legon, or you use that diversion through Trasacco Valley onto the motorway, or you come through Medina. I mean, and all the roads are bad. So getting into town is such a difficulty for us. You know, so the focus on Ashale Botwe is mainly because for most of these communities, whether it's on the Adensa side, the East Legon side, Lakeside, wherever it is, you come through some portion of the bad route before you can even get into town. So we are saying we need these roads fixed, and we need them fixed immediately.
Wow. So at this moment, you were mentioning how all of these are under the Adenta municipality and how some efforts have been made. Where have we gotten to with this online campaign?
So at the moment, we in fact, the campaign just started a few days ago. You know, this is a few concerned people saying we need to do something. We got together. We had a meeting. There were just 6 of us. But it's amazing the way this has grown. Currently, we have 2 WhatsApp groups, over 300 members on them. The online petition has already hit 500 and something signatures. So we are gathering these. The plan is to get together on Saturday. We are still working on the idea of the time and the venue and so on. So we can meet again and then present our petition and other information to the authorities. Let me just add that we've tried to do follow-ups on all these petitions and so on that have gone there. And so we found that the assembly is planning a forum. So this will be happening on Sunday. So we are planning to visit that forum as well. We get the sense that this is more of them giving us information on where they are. But we want action. The talk is too much.
The talk is too much. Thank you very much, Leroy Ankra, for joining us this morning. Leroy Ankra is a member of the Fix Botwe Roads Now group. He joined us to give us his thoughts. Now, Raymond, here's a thing that really, really interests me. So we have 2 different kinds of problems linked by roads. The first one is Tarkwa. Tarkwa is a resource-rich enclave. Most of the administrative heads, let me call them the technical heads, because some of these companies, they have administrative headquarters in Accra. The technical headquarters of most of these mining companies are in Tarkwa. The Human Development Report, UN's Human Development Report showed that we have about $25 million of resources passing through Tarkwa every week, right? So it's a resource-rich enclave. Then you come to Ashale Botwe. If you notice, because of rent and the high cost of living in central Accra, most of our human capital has moved to the outskirts. So we have communities like East Legon. East Legon is a very upscale neighborhood if you're talking about how much you pay for a month. then you move down to Ashali-Boche, you move down to, if you are Jiringan or you go to Ashali-Boche, right going through Adenta or Yarifa, those areas, or Yibi, those areas. So you find that those are like the new neighborhoods that are growing. A lot of people move there. That's where you get land to buy. If you were going towards the west, you could be talking about Kaswa, Wejak, Bawe, thereabouts. And of course, if you in another direction, of course, we have all of these outskirts. You can move towards the east. That's when you're talking about Spintex, you're talking about Tema, a Community 25, those areas, right? Mm-hmm. The reason why I mention this is that we have natural...
Anio Sabute's Pram.
Pram, thank you. So there's natural resources that are not being allowed to go through good roads in Tarkwa. We have human capital, human resources who are spending time in traffic, who are having to fix their vehicles, who do not have good access to emergency services, because if Leroy can't speak on the phone when he's driving, how do we expect him to get to a hospital in time if there's a medical emergency? What if someone is pregnant and someone has to be delivered of a baby? This is where you will find you enter most offices here in the region, Accra, here around Kokomeme. Most of these people live in neighborhoods like this. You are Ashali-Boches, you are Dentes, and what have you. So really, how are we looking at the costs that the unfixed road is delivering to us? Malik, is it that we are not prioritizing enough?
Last 2 years, and I'm talking 2017, Roads Minister Kwesi Amoakwata told us that Ghana's total road network is 72,000 kilometers. Out of the 72,000 kilometers, only 23% is asphalted. As much as 61% of the roads are classified as poor. This is the quantum of the problem. And when all of us agree that the only way we can grow the economy is for people and goods to be able to move and move in good time. So, for example, you go to my village, Palworo, in the Upper West region. People produce watermelons, and a huge size of watermelon is selling for 50 pesos, maximum 1 cedi. That same watermelon is selling in Accra for 20 cedis or 30 cedis. Now, look at the difference in price. Now, you are killing the person sitting in Accra, and you are killing the farmer in my village who is producing the watermelon. Because he produces the watermelon and can't get it to the city center where it is consumed. And the person sitting in the city center is paying a huge price for the watermelon because the middleman who goes to my village to bring it to Accra has probably to stay in the road in a rickety track for days before the watermelon can get to Accra. So in the end, we are not helping either the consumer or the producer. Both of them lose. And the reason why both of them lose is because the road is bad. This is a summary of the problem and how that contributes to our economy. The people who consume most are those who live in city centers because they have purchasing power. The people who produce the things that we consume all live in rural areas. And accessibility to rural areas where food produce is cultivated is poor. Now, when you have even the city center, and when did we go to Teshi to go and have a look at the bridge where Dr. Aya was taking?
Monday.
This was Monday. When we went to Teshi, you saw the road right in front of Lekma Hospital.
Right in front of Lekma Hospital.
The road is so bad. And this is the city center. This is not like in my village. My village is, you may say my village is too far away. This is the city center.
And what about the ambulances that will be driving sick people to the hospital?
Absolutely. And when the roads in the city center themselves, and this is where one would say there's a semblance of hope with what is being launched today, the 2 billion Sino Hydro project, where some city center routes are going to get a facelift, new ones will be constructed, those which are in deplorable state will be augmented. But we need to do a lot more of these things, and I think that our governments must just bite the bullet and take very difficult decisions. If you are to impose taxation to raise money and spend that money wisely to construct our roads, we have to do that, because the cost of poor roads and how much that is affecting the growth of our economy cannot be quantified.
Ray,
and there is no doubt about this. I think everyone knows
the cost of poor roads.
The cost of poor roads, and how the contribution of poor roads to the performance of our economy is huge.
So Ray, we were earlier chatting off air about our capex GDP ratio, which is how much of our GDP we spend on infrastructure like roads. But even before we get to that, Raymond. Yeah, even before we get to that, Raymond, I was trying to catch your eye there. Even before we get to that, Raymond, and tell me, do you agree with Malik that it's a matter of prioritizing?
Yes, and we all know that priorities in this country include, in fact, you remember even in the basic levels, you have thought that for a farmer to get good price for their goods, for the goods to reach the places that you get to pay or buy them at cheaper rates, you need clearly to have good roads, and that good roads are a major problem contributing to our post-harvest losses, which is one of the reasons why you have food security issues. So the roads have been priority for a very long time. Now it's interesting, Daniel, in the year that we are looking at, 2019, this year, we had almost 1.3 billion going to the Ministry of Roads and Highways to execute most of its road constructions, and this is the biggest budget estimate actually in the 2019, what they call it, budget. This is following, it's number 2, because the Ministry of Special Development Initiative, the ministry to deliver the dams and all the other things, actually is the number 1. So roads, number 2. One interesting part is that this is almost like 400% increase in what was the case in 2018. So 2018 was a little bit around 500 million, 532.7 million in this case. Now, much of the money is supposed to go into road construction. Indeed, almost 80% is for capital expenditure. And this major jump is also having the capital expenditure boosted big time. The interesting part is that even the 532 that was supposed to be for 2018, we did only 60%. As in, we released 60% of the 532 million for the actual construction of roads in the year under review. In 2019, it's unclear whether you are going to release 60% or even more than that in this particular case.
Because if you were unable to raise the revenue target for the year and there was a shortfall of close to 3 billion, how are you going to be able to meet the target that you set yourself for the construction of roads?
So that's where the difficulty is. And that's where, even with big-time budgeting, it makes sense that we now see that priority areas ought to be taken care of first. But the competing priority areas are plenty in this case. Now, government competing projects includes free SHS. Any day, and I'm not saying that government will not build roads, any day, if there is problem to do with free SHS, it will take precedence over any other project, including roads. Again, the planned projects for road construction in the country, and this other important part that we sometimes have not been able to deal with, it is increasingly being said that road construction in this country is expensive. Way too expensive compared to others. Indeed, the excuse has been that we have nuanced ways of getting road construction and this cost involved, because the roads you put up in, let's say, Bumpugu is different from the ones you may put up in other parts of the country or any other place. But the complaint has been that we are spending so much on roads, and yet we are seeing very little evidence of not only the quality in this case, because some of these roads that we are complaining about were built 2, 3, 4 years ago. And a few years down the line, we have to spend huge amounts of money either working them all over again.
Someone who can help us answer that question is Abel Houghton. He's the immediate past national chairman of the Association of Road Contractors. He has an intervention to make on the subject. Good morning, Mr. Houghton. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much, and good morning to you and your colleagues and the listeners.
Before I come to my questions, we understand you have a specific intervention you want to make.
Yeah, actually, specific in the sense that this problem of demonstrations and protests and all of this that have started, I can tell you, is just the beginning. Because the fact is that almost 90 to 95% of road projects are at a standstill. So you see contractors go to sites, maybe they work for about a month or two, and then they withdraw. because of the problem of payment. And so, yes, the ministry would announce that they've awarded contracts and all others to contractors to go and work. But in actual fact, the contractors are not working. Because, number one, we are not sure of when we are going to be paid. Number two, you go to the banks and no bank in this country is ready or prepared to give any contractor a loan to finance a government of Ghana project. So yes, as businessmen, when these projects are advertised, they hoping that maybe the situation will change. If nothing is happening, they just withdraw. And that is what is happening. You know, so to be honest with you, you guys are going to discuss a lot of these protests. Because once somebody protests and hears, others say that something is being done about it, then everybody starts protesting. But that's the situation. The government came in and found itself handicapped in a way. Unfortunately, they are close to us.
Mr. Houghton.
That is why we are finding this problem.
Okay, so Mr. Houghton, some would say that the contractors, you contractors yourselves, are part of the problem because contracts are often given based on a political cronyism and not really based on competence.
Whether it's political cronyism or not based on competence, yes, there are very essential issues that you have raised. But my point is that if a contractor knows that there is money for him to be paid, he will definitely do the work. I mean, even if it means seeking assistance from other colleagues and all others, he will do the work. Yes, you come across one or two which might not toe the line, but the fact, and what I know you are going to discuss corruption in the industry and shoddy work and all those kind of things, but I can tell you so many things lead to the problem that you are going to discuss this morning. So many things, so many factors.
Okay.
You know, if a contractor does a job, if a contractor is given, let's say, within 1 kilometer from Risk Junction to Ashalibuke, and then the contract is saying 3 months, he prepares the road and all others, puts in the timer, and then puts in the claim, and it takes 2 years for him to be paid. By the time he comes back, that whole stretch is gone bad again.
Okay, Mr. Houghton, I want you to
be paid for that.
Mr. Houghton, I want you to go back and explain that again so our listeners can understand it well. You are saying that when you start the work, you put in a primer and then you go back for your money. What does that mean?
Yes, what I'm saying is that, for instance, you've been given a project to tar, say, the Risk Junction Ashalibuke Road.
Good.
You're supposed to tar it. Okay. Now, maybe assuming it's like a fresh road which is to be constructed. The road is constructed in phases. You do the clearing, you do the preparation, the formation, and then maybe the graveling, you put the sub-base and then the base. At this point, maybe because you are not even being given mobilization, your resources are exhausted. So what you do is now you put in the claim for the job that you've done so that you'll be paid and then you can continue with the work. Because the most expensive part is the tiling itself. You have to get your chippings and then your bitumen and all of this. Now you put in this claim, and it takes 1.5 to 2 years before you are paid. So the problem now is the people who are living in that area are going to suffer from the dust and all of this. Now, if you are lucky to get money to even do the primer being that what you usually call the first coat. You put in the bitumen and then you put in the sand and then wait for it to cure before you come back to put in the final dressing. Now, that is supposed to keep running for just about 3 months. After that period, the potholes start developing. Now, if you put in the claim and then you are not paid after 1 year, the whole stretch that you have primed is not going to go back again. So what people see and they say, the contractor, after he just tied the road and the potholes started developing. Yes, because that is not the final work. No, that is not the final work.
But Mr. Houghton, Yeah, Mr. Houghton, in that period where we have not finished the work and we are not getting the money, we know that these payments can really delay. But why don't we go to ADR or court and demand that our monies are paid so we can finish our work?
Sorry for laughing.
I understand why, but you answer me. Hello, Mr. Houghton. Hello, Mr. Houghton. Hello, Mr. Houghton.
Yes, I can hear you.
Great. I can't hear you on this end, so please reposition yourself.
Okay. Yes. What I'm saying is that, look, I have a case in court and it's 3 years now. It's not about the road, but it's taking 3 years now and the case has still not been concluded. So why would somebody even want to spend money apart from the fact that he's not being paid and so he doesn't have enough money? He even decided to go. Yes, people do it. They do it, but then it's very rare. You know, the real situation is that, one, we as contractors, we are Ghanaians and we want to help our country. So sometimes we just decide that, look, let's wait. But then the effect that it has on us and on the project itself is what I'm talking about. You know, right now, government, the ministry is doing a lot of asphalting. Please go check how much 1 kilometer of asphalt costs. And unfortunately, a lot of this asphalt is being placed on roads which have started developing potholes already. And so it means that if the roads developing potholes, in most cases, it means that the base has become weak. So if you go and put asphalt, you patch the pothole and put asphalt on it, within the next, yes, aesthetically it looks nice. But within a short period, you realize that the road has started corrugating.
So, Mr. Houghton,
yes.
No, go ahead.
Yes, so when that happens, it means that asphalt is not going to last the period which we expect it to last. Asphalt is normally supposed to last between 15 and 20 years, which is good. But before you put asphalt on a road, just make sure that the road is well prepared and able to take it. Otherwise, it's like just putting a plaster on a saw. You remove it and then it's even worse. You know, and this asphalt is so expensive. I can tell you 1 kilometer of asphalt can probably take care of about 5 kilometers of surface dressing. Yes, everybody wants asphalt. But we have to let the people know the truth that asphalt is expensive and we can do it gradually. But unfortunately, it's become a political tool. And this started in 2016. Asphalt all over. And so now every community is asking for asphalt. And government cannot finance asphalt all over. Because the road fund which is supposed to be used to pay that in, it is self-incumbent. There isn't enough money in the road fund.
Let me ask my final question, Mr. Houghton. We have a case where when you compare roads of standard quality in Ghana to other jurisdictions, roads in Ghana are more expensive. Why?
Well, so many factors. Number one, our chippings, the cost of chippings is very high in Ghana. The cost of bitumen is also very high in Ghana. And these are two major materials that we need to get a good road. And these items are very expensive. And let me tell you something. When it even comes to gravel, you realize now that contractors have to travel long distances, especially those working in Accra. They have to travel long distances before they can get good material to come and place on the roads. And so what happens is that the cost of haulage, sometimes it's even more, it's higher than the cost of the gravel itself being placed on the road. Haulage alone. So these are all factors which contribute to the high cost of roads in this country, bitumen especially, and then chippings.
What about concrete? The Vice President has mentioned when he went to Tamale that we need to start moving to concrete. Would that be less expensive than asphalt?
It can be. The only thing is that it will have a longer lifespan. It will have a longer lifespan. So at the end of the day, it will come out to be cheaper. But the problem is that the initial cost is very high. Very, very high. And these things, we do them when we have money. But if you don't have money and you want to manage, because you see, you go into the hinterlands and food is rotten. Food is getting rotten at the farm gates because almost all the roads, the feeder roads and all others, are bad. And these are activities which can be carried out in a very short period. If there's money, just go do some road graveling or some, reshaping, and then the road is in good condition. But because of the lack of money, all those roads have been abandoned. A lot of reshaping projects were advertised and all others. People went in for them, but they are not doing it.
Thank you very much.
Because they are not sure of when they are going to be paid.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Ebo Houghton, for joining us. He's
thank you so much.
Great. He's a former national chairman of the Association of Road Contractors, giving us some insight. So the point that he made really is that we are not paying the contractors, and that's why we have bad roads, and that's why we have roads that get bad easily. So we want to ask you, which road do you drive on? What's the state of that road? And what are some of the worst roads you've ever used? Tell us that when we come back from these messages.
It's a new day. I want you to first think big, not small. Think of how great we can be when we work together. Together, we can ensure that our hard work will provide a better future. Together, we can provide a foundation for you and your business to succeed, regardless of its size. Together, we can create opportunities for all. Bank with us today and let's journey forward together. Forward together. Cowbank, forward together.
Bibiara wa melkom Luciano le melkom Nofiano ye melkom. What are you looking for? Melkom got it all. Great discount, dodo. Yamafia so. Best bargains on our days. Everything here is a bargain. High quality, goods be a priority. So tell your mom, tell Poppy, tell your actually everybody.
At Afrodan, we believe that many of the problems people have with their health is as a result of the way they sit. In other words, your chair can kill you. Here's Dr. Marcus Mann of the Chiropractic and Wellness Center.
What you have to remember is that the spine is the lifeline to your body, and posture is the window to that spine. Now, posture is affected by your daily activities and habits like sitting. That's why at the Chiropractic and Wellness Centers, we recommend what I believe to be the best chairs available for preventing not only subluxations, but also other health problems that you may not be aware of. And that's Rabami and Mobilex chairs. Unfortunately, on a daily basis, I have to correct the effects of this poor sitting habit in our businessmen and businesswomen. Always remember, optimal spine equals optimum health.
So, for the sake of your health, buy Rabami or Mobilex chairs from Afrodan. We're on the first floor of the Swansea Shopping Arcade. Telephone 663-085.
Hey, Kwame, what's up here?
My brother, my wife has been diagnosed with cancer.
What?
My brother is here with kidney disease too.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know the World Health Organization estimates that over 16,000 new cases of cancers are diagnosed annually in Ghana, and kidney diseases account for 10% of all medical admissions to Korle Bu?
But thanks to Glyco-Critical Illness Plan, GSIP, I have spent over 20,000 Ghana cedis on my younger brother's disease. Yeah. What is GSIP?
Glyco-Critical Illness Plan, GSIP, provides you with financial support when diagnosed with any critical illness or dread disease such as cancers, strokes, kidney failures. Speak to GlycoLife today on 0302-218-500 for your GSIP policy. It is definitely in our interest to survive. GlycoLife, we cushion you for life.
Enjoy fast, affordable, and dependable 4G service in Accra and Tema. In your office, home, or on the go. Contact Telesol today on 0302-221-658 or 9 or 0303-975-342 or our website telesol4g.com or send us an email through enquiry@telesol4g.com. Telesol 4G, just a touch.
Mrs. Corte,
I'm your chauffeur for today. And because you paid for our service using your UBA MasterCard Platinum, this ride is free.
Really?
Absolutely.
I'm not done yet, though. I have so much shopping to do.
Enjoy more offers on the UBA MasterCard Platinum Card wherever you are. The more you spend, the more you earn. Enjoy discounts on airlines, chauffeur and car rental rides, and premium shipping. There are shopping offers, purchase protections, and digital insurance claims. UBA, Africa's global bank.
Yatita Swamana for 4 with NASCO appliances this Easter. This one, dear, follow. I don't want to talk chow. If you want your Easter to be super special, just visit any NASCO showroom or authorized dealer store across the country and grab the NASCO 32-inch TV, still for 699 Ghana cedis. No fluctuations. 32-inch smart TV for 899 Ghana cedis. Inverter AC starting from 1,799 Ghana cedis. Double door fridge from 729 Ghana cedis, and gas cooker for 799 Ghana cedis. To even make it more pop. We are topping up with special gifts when you make these purchases. Easter Papa, Fano Fala, NASCO. Bring home happiness. T's and C's apply.
Bring home happiness.
Welcome to South Africa, your own personal playground.
Welcome to the Cape One.
Welcome to Johannesburg.
Welcome to Shaka Marine World.
Welcome to Canal Walk.
Welcome to the Nelson Mandela Capture Site.
Welcome to
the Cape Town Jazz Festival.
Welcome to the Midlands.
Welcome to Maboneng. Welcome to East London. Welcome to God's Window.
With 54 million welcoming South Africans, all eager to make your holiday that much more inviting, allow us to indulge you with all our favorite sights and sounds. Visit SouthAfrica.net to discover more. South Africa, inspiring new ways.
It's your day off and you end up looking after the baby while your wife goes off to work. You realize you have no idea how to change a diaper. So you video call your wife.
Hello, darling.
Hello.
Kojo, is everything all right?
Everything is all right. I'm not seeing Topo. How do I change a baby's diaper, please?
Kojo. Okay, first, put the diaper.
The video call freezes. While you wait for the internet to catch up, the baby sprouts a fountain and wets the diaper. As you are getting a new one, your wife comes back online.
Kojo, no. Why did you leave Abeku alone on the bed?
But I had to go and get a new diaper. What must I do next? I beg, quick.
Open the front of the diaper. It's the side that has...
Wow, look, the video freezes again. Abba.
By now, you know where the conversation is going. There's no buffering in real life, so why accept it from your internet connection? Get connected and experience ultra-fast internet to your home, powered by MTN Fiber Broadband.
We're there for you, everywhere you go.
Oh my God, today police will use me for light soup.
Driver, why?
My car insurance has expired and the police are up ahead. That is why I'm behaving this way.
This driver, pa. So haven't you heard of Sunu Assurance's Easy Buy? You just have to dial *711 *733 hash to purchase or renew your motor insurance on all mobile money platforms.
So you mean I just dial *711 *733 hash and I'll be sorted? Oh my goodness, this is so easy and convenient.
Yes, dial *711 *733 hash to pay or renew your motor insurance on all the mobile money platforms. You can locate our offices nationwide at Airport Accra, Spentex, Tema, Kumasi, Koforidia, Tamale, Sunyane, Winneba, Cape Coast, Takrade, and Obuasi. You can contact us on 0302 770 548. Sunu Assurances. You pick your way, we take the risk.
Morning show. Miaro, endo miaro, ejumeidie, inabeye, miaro, endo miaro, obredibo, inabebo, miaro, endo miaro, asemi besini fenwa miaro. Ascending, Yara.
Call us on 0302-216-541, 0244-340-437. Which road do you use? What is its state? What's the worst road you have driven on? We have a few of your messages and Ima will read them for us. Anymore, go ahead.
Okay, this one says Ashale Botre Road from 3rd Gate to School Junction is just a death trap. It needs to be fixed now. This one says, Didi, the road in front of UU Supermarket on the Adenta Dodowa Road is so bad. The contractor visibly laid only a single layer of bitumen on the road after leveling it. Words can't describe the state of that road now. That's Kojo from Oyarifa. This one says, Daniel, please, what about those individuals who crash into traffic lights and street lights and leave taxpayers to pay for them? Who makes sure that they are paid for? This one says we must hold each other accountable to save us, seeing that only few people pay taxes. Anyway, please, can you find out what's happening with the Kitasi to Brekusu Ashesi University Road? It has been in construction for several years and it's never finishing.
Let me go on the phone lines and speak with Odame calling us from Oda. Good morning, Odame.
Good morning.
Great. So, go ahead. What's the road you're using? What's its nature? How is it affecting you?
I drive across the length and breadth of this country almost every week. And I can assure you, most of the roads, some of them, when you see them, it's like a death trap. And if you look at the nature of the road and the people living there, their plight, you feel that these people are not part of the country or they don't vote when it comes to elections. Some of the places you go there, they tell you that vehicles come here only during elections. After elections, it's hardly for you to see a vehicle going there. It means it's the politicians who go there to campaign. But after they have finished campaigning, nobody can fly that road. So the nature of our roads generally is nothing to talk about.
Thank you very much, Odame, for calling us from Oda. Isaac James is calling us from Abokobi. Good morning, Isaac. How are the roads in Abokobi?
Yeah, good morning, Dan Didi. In fact, the road from Pantan to Abokobi, a horse in front of Pantan Hospital, is more than the other road also from Abokobi through to Agboba is very worse. But I have another problem. Then you know the flooding situation in our country now is mainly not only on not in drains but on choked drains because of our plastic waste stuff. And I would say that I blame this mainly on Zoom Lion because of they are unable to do their job. These people go around with tricycles and they take the trash from people's homes because they will come regularly to take the trash. And they will go and leave it somewhere in the bush or maybe in the gutters where there is nobody. And the main problem we have in this country. So we have to check this thing. If Zoom Lion cannot do the work, let us find different waste management companies and give them the work to do.
Very insightful thoughts there, Isaac James. He called us from Abokobi. Frank is calling from Awudome Estates. Good morning, Frank.
Good morning, sir.
Great. Frank, so how are the roads like where you are and how is it affecting you?
Mangbin Street. Formerly it was known as Shiuno Street. It's a busy road in the morning. The detour traffic comes through this road. And they came to do the road some time ago last year. Instead of doing that side, they left it. But here, by then, the president was coming to Presby Church at Carnation. So they came to repair the road. But the one, which is the major one, just after TV Africa, on the heavy road, they left it. And if you come and see the potholes here, it's something else. Every morning, there's traffic on this road. As I talk to you now, there's traffic. And the potholes, I've reported to AME. And they gave me 1 month to talk to Mr. Adoba. He said he'd fire a contract to come and see to it. And nothing's been done. The potholes you can just count. Uncountable, and it's very, very deplorable in the morning.
Thanks for calling us, for Frank from Awudome Estate. Ajiman James is calling from Tema. James, how are the roads at Community 9 like, and how did they affect you?
Uncle David, this is Ajiman Joseph from Tema.
Yes, Ajiman Joseph, pardon me.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead.
Yeah. Community 9, you don't have problem with the roads. But I want to speak on from Obuasi to Achimota. My brother was sending somebody for a wedding. They got into the middle of the road. Then they realized that a certain bridge has broken down. And some police personnel who were at the checkpoint supposed to have told them, so they have to return, come to pass through Asimfosu to Achimachansi before getting to Odan. But if the government wants to do one district, one factory, with that better route, he cannot achieve it. You know why? Recently I was discussing with a brother concerning local rice. And my wish is to stop, bringing rice from outside so that we produce this here. But he's saying that the one here is costing us a lot. The price is too much. Why? One submission that your colleague was giving out, it was perfect. If from north to Greater Accra, you have difficulties, transporting goods here, then we definitely transport them from US, then we pay more. Because when we, bring it from north, the amount you are going to pay for, then if it is from US, it is okay. So we have a big problem at hand, boss.
Okay, thank you very much for calling us, Ajiman Joseph from Tema Community 9. I'm going to take Bishop from Asante Mampo. I'm getting some new information on the situation in Takwa. I'll bring it to you in a moment. But Bishop is calling us from Asante Mampo. How are those roads there? How did they affect you, Bishop?
Dan, good morning.
Good morning.
I just want to give free counseling to our governments. I'm not talking about this current government alone. With the roads, I have a lot of road contractor friends across the country, and I've interacted with them. Anytime there's a change of government, road contracts are stopped, and they demobilize. And for a year or two, what they've done comes to cost 90. And when they are coming back, they have to mobilize. They are at the essence of the government. And the initial cost of those roads now balloon to some levels that it becomes difficult for them to even start paying them again. And this is the problem. I can give you a number of roads in central region, in Upper East where I come from, where they've stopped. These cocoa roads that were stopped when this government came to power. And when Atamas came to power, when they stopped some roads for forensic auditing and the rest, it has cost this country a lot. You have to investigate into these things and see.
Thank you very much, Bishop, for calling us from Asante Mampo. My last caller this morning is Prince. He's calling from Afienya Mataiko. Good morning, Prince.
Good morning.
Yes, how are the roads in Afienya and how did they affect you?
Oh, in Afienya Mataiko, we don't even have the drains. When it rains, the water spill into the community. And it's so disturbing and worrying. We want the authorities to come and do something about it for us, especially in front of the Life International College at Afienya Mataiko.
Thank you very much, Prince, for calling us from Afienya Mataiko. We'll take the Joy Business Minute. We'll be back with more. Stay with us. This is the Super Morning Show.
Time for the Joy